So now we can do all this with the class. Pretty basic. Now let's say you want to do something else. Let's say you want to get half of the employee's age and then add it to 1/4 of their salary. Let's say that is secretive data too. So for that we can we're going to define a new function which will do the required operations. So define get sec data. We'll pass in self here, and then we get half of their age. So age is self dot age divided by 2. So we get half of that, and then quarter of the salary is self.salary divided by 4. Let's just do that, okay? So inside of this function we just return the age plus salary. So we assign a variable sum. A sum is age plus q salary, and then we return a sum like that. So now we have just defined a function inside of the employee class, which is used for doing more operations with your class. So if I run this code, nothing happens. That is because we are not executing get secretive data. So here if I do .get sec data and I put the parentheses around it so that the code knows to execute it, here you can see 265.0. That is because if their age is 30 divided by 2 gives us 15, 1000 divided by 4 gives us something. We add them both and then we get 265.0. So we're calling a function out of this class, right? Let's say you want to do something else. Let's say you want to generate an email for the employee. Def generate email self, and here let's say before actually assigning this, we also do the ID of the employee. So we'll just pass it in at the end, ID, and pass it in here as well. So we're also passing in the ID, and for that we also need to assign it right over here. Self.id is ID. Okay, so we have assigned another variable to our object, which is mandatory. My voice is cracked there. So generate email, right? Let's say if you want to generate an email, you are going to do it for each one of your employees. And the way we're going to do it for this example is that we're going to take the employee's name plus the string of their ID, self.id, plus @company.com, and we assign this to a variable email emp, and then we return this variable return emp. So right here what we're doing is we're getting the employee's name, we're adding it to the employee's ID, and then we're adding @company.com, which is the domain name. So if I save this right over here, we have passed in the ID, remember? And then if we do generate email, execute it, and boom, it gives us tim1 at company.com. So now we can also generate emails for employees with this class, and we can have multiple employees.